I've got Instagram going, I've got Facebook going. I see like things right in the middle, but that's okay. All right, we're just gonna get started. I'm gonna presume that it is working. Okay, so this week, this is my week. If there's any kind of mission I have in life, it is this. It's grace for yourself, and a piece of that is self-care. So before I start, let me remember to introduce myself. My name is Lauren. I am a family documentary photographer in the north suburbs of Georgia, which most of you probably already know. If you're not in my Blue Space Moms group yet, you need to join. It's going to be an awesome week. We're going to have a really fun challenge this week, and I'm going to pick a random winner for a coffee, and we all need more coffee. Starbucks or Dunkin' Donuts, your choice, whichever you prefer. And it's just been a really good group. Everybody's encouraging and helpful, and I would love for you to come out and join. So, all right, that's me. That's what I do. Oh, I did a photo shoot this week, which was so fun. So I'm going to do the blog post tomorrow, so y'all should see it. It was at Target. It was awesome. I was really nervous because I've never done a photo session at Target before, and so I wasn't really sure how it was going to turn out, but it was so cool and so much fun. We had a great time. So, excuse me. All right. Hi, Jenny. I can't see if I don't think I have any comments on Facebook yet. Okay, here we go. So self-care. Oh, this is a big one, you guys. This talk is for the people with littles. I mean, it's for everybody, but it's a lot for the people with littles, because when you have little babies or toddlers or preschoolers or people at home, it is really hard to find time for self-care. And I was really bad at it, which part of the reason that I am an advocate so much for it now is I feel like somebody needs to give permission to these women and these moms to say, it is okay. It is okay to take time for yourself. It is okay to make time for yourself. It is good. It is worthwhile, and you need to do it. So here I am saying you need to do it. So first step, I think, in self-care is having an inner sense of self-worth. Because if you don't feel like you're worthy of caring for, you're not going to care for yourself. And I think that's an important piece. I don't know that we all struggle with that piece, but I know some people do. And you got to believe enough in yourself to want to take care of yourself. And so if you struggle with that, I would suggest talking with a counselor, which I know is hard to find time to do, or faith, religion, God. Me personally, I believe in God, and he gives me my self-worth. He makes me feel worthy. So self-worth, that's the building block. Like nothing else can come without that piece. So that's the most important piece, in my opinion. All right, number 2, knowing yourself, which we kind of already talked about. A lot of this is summing up the things that we've already talked about in previous Week for Life Balance. But I think it's important to reiterate in this context so that we can think about it in this context. Knowing yourself is really important. So like I have some friends who are extroverts, and the way they need to take care of themselves is to go out and do and hang out with moms and go and have conversations and go out to dinner. And for me, that's so not what I needed. I needed to be alone. I needed to have quiet time in my own house by myself, which was really hard to do with small people around. You need to know what you need in order to fill yourself up, and don't just let other people tell you what you need. Like I said no a lot of times to going out and hanging out with people. They're like, oh, you should come, it'll be fun, and you need to get out of the house. And I'm like, I don't want to. I really like you, but that is not what I need, and my time is so limited and so precious. I do think it's important to have friendships and to work on those, but in my times of desperation, when I needed to get filled up, it wasn't going out to eat. It was staying home and being alone as much as humanly possible. Okay, so knowing yourself, what you need. Oh, the other piece for me when I had little people was that if they were distressed, if they were crying, it was really hard for me. That time wasn't fulfilling for me. It was still really stressful for me. So like taking them to childcare and knowing that they were screaming, like some moms can do that and they walk away and they're like, somebody else is going to listen to that crying and it's not me. No judgment on you, totally get it. Sometimes you just need a break. But for me, I would just sit there and feel super stressed, and it never worked for me. So even knowing yourself on a deeper level, what is actually calming. So, having my husband stay with them, or having my husband take them out and I stay home and I do something by myself. Yeah, know yourself, what you need, what fills you up the most, and what you need in those moments. Okay, and this one's important. I got all behind me. I know it's backwards on Instagram, but on Facebook you can see it. So it comes in seasons. And unfortunately, the seasons when you need the most self-care are usually the seasons when you can have the least self-care. It's just the way that it works. But I felt like in those times, I always felt like it was going to be like this way forever. And I know that not everybody feels that way. I try to keep that in mind. But for me, it was really bad. Like, I'm going to be stressed forever, and I'm never going to get to do the things I want to do. And it's that all or nothing thinking that I've mentioned before that I really struggle with. So remembering that it comes in seasons, and remembering that this too shall pass. It may take a few years, but it will go, and then you will have time. And here's the other key point, which I think we forget as moms, is that when that season passes and you have new free time to do things, take that time to care for yourself, and don't feel guilty about it. Be like, dude, I have been looking after little people for the last 10 years. It is my turn. So after my youngest turned 3, how old is he now? 5, 6? Yeah. After he turned 3 or 4, I napped every single day. And I did not feel guilty about it. Maybe it was after he was older. Maybe it's when he went to school or preschool. He was at preschool often enough that I could nap without him there. And he was so tired. And I napped for like 2 years, no joke, every day. And then finally one day I missed a day. And I was like, I think I finally feel better. I think I'm not as tired as I was anymore. But it took 2 years to make up for the, 2 years that I had spent looking after him and not sleeping at night. And I think when life settles down, we automatically presume that we should just barrel on forward. Yay, we have time now to catch up on all the other things in life. And we neglect to take care of ourselves in those times and to make up for the lost time, the lost self-care. So it comes in seasons. It comes in seasons. Know that some seasons are going to be tough. They're going to be marathon seasons, and you're not going to have a lot of time for self-care. You still want to try to work it in as much as you can. Like, find those pockets of time and be okay that they're small. Don't think I have to have 12 hours of uninterrupted time. 2 hours will count for something. I know sometimes it feels like it doesn't, but I swear that it does. And then after that season goes, make the time for yourself. Put yourself as a priority. Make other people know I am a priority. I am worth looking after, and I'm not going to feel guilty about it, and I'm not going to feel bad about it. It's important. It's important. Oh, and that's something I forgot to mention with the self-worth. Our kids are important. Keeping them alive is important. However, if you're on a plane and the air masks come down, they always say put the air mask on yourself before you put it on your kids. And I think that's true with taking care of yourself too. I mean, I know you have to keep them alive, but if you're going to need less than your babies need. But if you never take the time to take care of yourself, you're not going to have anything left to give. And we forget that. It's stressful, and we get angry, and we get short-tempered. And if we would take the time to look after ourselves, it makes those times a little bit easier. So, all right, what's next? I'm kind of spazzy, you guys, this morning. I don't know why. It's coming out okay, but my brain is, life comes in seasons. Oh, okay, this one sounds a little weird, accepting and asking. So I had to kind of combine these two. So I think as a mom, at least depending on who you're married to, for me, there's always a cost associated with self-care. And this is true for a lot of moms that I talk to. If you decide that you're going to go out, you've got to prep to go out. Like, if you're the mom and you're breastfeeding, you've got to pump before you leave so that the baby has a bottle. Or, you come home and the dishes haven't been done. You still have to do the dishes and you're really tired because you were out. I think there's a cost associated with taking care of ourselves. And it made me angry when I had small children. I just wanted to be able to do my thing and not have to deal with all of the cost associated with self-care. So I think a piece of the puzzle is just accepting that that's how it is for a season. I don't think it's like that forever, but I think for a season for sure, you've just got to accept that there's a cost with it. It's like having a job, and when you leave to go on vacation, you got to leave somebody else in charge, and you've got to leave them instructions, and that takes time to prep, and it takes time to recover from when you come back. It's hard to accept, I'm not going to lie. And that's the second piece, asking for help, which is something I did not do, which I should have done. And I know different husbands are different when it comes to this, but saying, asking for help and saying, I need to look after myself. Can you do the dishes while I'm gone? I know that you're tired and I appreciate you looking after the kids, but it's going to really stress me out. Whatever way you communicate with your husband. And if he doesn't want to do those things, then, hire somebody, hire a babysitter that you're paying. It can be like, I need you to do the dishes while I'm gone, because that's a different conversation, right? Find ways to ask for help so that you don't have to give as much to look after yourself. All right, last one. Let's see here. Sorry, I'm looking at my notes down here when I have notes up here. Oh, schedule it. Yes. If you don't schedule it, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. And I think we schedule so much in our lives and we schedule so much in our days that we forget to schedule self-care. We forget to schedule things that are going to help us do the rest of the other things. I mean, I used to The reason I'm an advocate for this, side trail, the reason I'm an advocate for this is because my husband had taught me how. My husband doesn't schedule downtime. He just takes downtime. He just does his thing, and he's relaxed a lot. It's lovely for him. And for a long time, I was really pissed about it because I was not relaxed and I was super stressed out. But I try to learn from the people around me, and we're at a point now where he's trying to learn from me, and we're trying to find a good middle ground. But I learned that he's on to something. Like, it is okay to protect yourself, and it is okay to protect your time, and it is okay to take that time. And I think a lot of times as moms, we've got so much going on that we can't just take that time. We have got to schedule it in and say, this is my time when nobody's going to mess with me, and I'm doing my thing, and everybody else is just going to have to deal, because this is what needs to happen. So schedule it in, know what works for you, schedule in downtime, schedule in coffee time, schedule in friend time, whatever it is, schedule in a session with me, because it's part of my sessions is making you feel worthy and excited about your life and seeing your life in a new way. And it's really, it feeds back into your soul, into your daily life and what you have to do. The pictures that I take is part of the reason I love what I do so much. All right, is that it? I haven't looked at any of the comments. I see lots of thumbs up, which is great. I think the Facebook Live worked. Oh, and I was gonna move that so you could see number 5 on Facebook, because you can't see. I don't know what I'm talking about. It's fine. Oh, look, there's 2 comments, but I can't see them. I'll have to figure out next week how to make them show up. But hopefully that was good for you guys. Again, come join the group, because we're gonna have a really awesome challenge this week. I'm very excited. And giving away a coffee. And what else? Oh, next week we will be talking about self-compassion. It kind of feeds into this. And I don't know if it's going to be a series or if it'll just be next week. I haven't quite fleshed it out all the way, so I'll let you guys know. But just, we often talk about self-confidence, but we don't talk about self-compassion very much. And I kind of want to touch on that and how it's beneficial. Okay, hopefully y'all having a good week. I'm going to go maybe take a nap. I don't know, or have a second cup of coffee, because I'm not all the way awake yet. And I will see y'all. I'll see y'all soon. See you next Tuesday at 10. Bye. Let's see here. And it's all shaky up on Instagram. There we go. And on Facebook.